Okay, let's move on to our fourth segment, our listener corner. And you told me before that you actually have a listener story
I have a
that
listener
you want to
story.
bring this time. Yes, thank you. Then
Yes.
go ahead.
Should I go on with mine or should
Yeah,
you
go
go
ahead.
on
No,
with
no, go
yours?
ahead. It's all
Yes,
yours.
because it's a little bit longer,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
interesting. Okay, so hey guys, I really need advice because I'm honestly so confused about my relationship right now. My boyfriend and I met 3 years ago while traveling in Asia. He's German, I'm Italian. So fun. And ever since then, our relationship has mostly been long distance because we both travel a lot and spend periods back in Europe working before leaving again. Recently, he asked if we could take a break, and his explanation completely messed with my head. He told me that the moment we start spending time together in person, after the first couple of days, he begins to feel overwhelmed and emotionally suffocated. Oh, I lost it. Okay. He said it's not because I'm controlling or doing anything wrong, but because he feels like he loses his independence and his normal routine. According to him, when he's alone or with his friends, everything feels easy and natural. But when we're together, he quickly starts feeling like he can't fully do what he wants anymore. The hardest part is that I used to feel completely secure in this relationship. In the past, he was very affectionate and loving, and I've always trusted him deeply because of all the conversation and promises that we shared over time. But lately, especially after the last time we saw each other, he hasn't been as openly loving anymore. And
Oh,
that shift made things feel different. I still want to trust him fully, and on many levels I do, but I can't ignore that some doubts are starting to creep in about where we actually stand right now. Okay, so maybe this is it, more or
okay.
less.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, and then she asked, is it normal to need space from someone you love? Or yeah.
Okay, let's do it like this because it's a very tough topic. I will be the guy,
Yes.
you will be the girl in this story.
Okay.
And we will try to put ourselves in their shoes and try
Mm-hmm.
to reason like they would. Okay, let's do a role play.
Okay.
I will be
Oh
the
my God.
German guy. I'll try to put
And I'm the
myself in
Italian
his.
girl.
You're the Italian girl, which very easy. You are Italian, so
Very easy. Yeah.
cool. I will. Okay, so if I come to you and I ask you for a break, what am I thinking about? So she mentioned very important things, which he told her, which
Mm-hmm.
are when he's with his friends and when he's alone, he feels more independent and he has his own routines. And I
Yeah.
think that is the key to the problem. He has his own space and his own routines. And then when she came, he has to change what he's doing. He has to change
Mm-hmm.
maybe where he goes. He has to change what he does. He has to change maybe what he eats. I don't know. Whatever it is,
Uh-huh.
who he meets, who he spends time with, how he spends the time with. He has to talk to her more. He has to talk to her at all. Like she wasn't there before.
Mm-hmm.
So all of his routines are different because there's a person in your life.
Yeah.
And when it's at the beginning, it's very exciting, it's very new, it's very amazing. And there's this honeymoon phase when you are
Yeah, but a couple of days.
a couple of days of what?
Yeah, because you say that for the first couple of days, everything is fine, but then he starts feeling overwhelmed. So it's just,
Yeah, yeah. And I'm saying that he's feeling overwhelmed
mm-hmm.
because he's not used to her being there.
Okay.
So it's like you have dogs, right? And you are used to
Yeah.
living with dogs, taking care of dogs. But let's
Mm-hmm.
take these dogs and give them to someone who doesn't have dogs at all. They will be very quickly overwhelmed, maybe even less
Okay.
than 2 days, because they don't know
Yeah.
how to take care of a dog.
Makes
I'm
sense.
not
Okay.
sorry, it came out wrong. I'm not comparing her to a dog. I'm just saying
No,
that
no, but it's actually a good example because I wouldn't have understand it if you
yeah.
didn't.
So he has his own life and way of living.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know how it works. Does he go to her? Does she come to him? I don't know how they spend. It doesn't matter. What matters is
Mm-hmm.
he's living a different life. I'm not excusing what he's saying. I'm just putting myself in his shoes. And
No,
I
of
can give an
course.
example also from my personal experience. I had to adapt also when I have a girlfriend on how I live because you cannot do the same thing when you're single than when you have a
Of course.
girlfriend. I'm not saying here talking to other girls, and this doesn't change. Like how I talk to people or how I interact. Not that I'm going
Mm-hmm.
and asking girls anyway about their phone
No, no,
numbers
of
or whatever.
course.
It's not about that. It's about how you dedicate time in your day and
Mm-hmm.
how, and especially if it's a long distance, in my opinion, you have to do double the effort because you have to um, give more and be able to sacrifice more.
Yeah,
And I think what he's
that's
not
right.
used to is being there with her in the same place because he
Mm-hmm.
is used to the routine of talking to her on the phone. She is his
Yeah.
girlfriend who is there on the phone, but when they are together, it's like, who is this person? Like, why are you in my space, or why am I spending time? Which is doesn't mean that he doesn't love her. It just means that
Mm-hmm.
their relationship I think because it started as a long distance relationship, it didn't evolve into, let's call it a
Day
short
to day
distance
life.
relationship, a normal relationship, I don't know, a day to day relationship. He's not used to having her there.
But even if, do you think is like, even if this always happened, I mean, I'm sorry,
Mm.
she said 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're in this relationship since 3 years.
Hmm.
And in the last time they saw each other, this happened.
Okay.
So do you think that before was okay just because was the honeymoon phase or something could have changed?
Hey everyone, Editor Johnny here. Before we continue, take a quick second to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support really helps me and lets me keep making more content like this. Thank you so much. I don't know the details of the relationship, so I don't
Yeah.
know what could have changed. She could know if
Mm-hmm.
she could look at this also objectively, because as she said, she is now subjectively looking at it because when he said that, he hurt her. And of course, I understand because I was also on the other side of someone asking for a break, and that hurts. That's not a
Yeah.
nice thing. But the question is always, I think it could be part honeymoon because also in a
Mm.
long distance, the honeymoon phase is kind of weird because you don't see each other a
Mm-hmm.
lot. Maybe the honeymoon phase is actually longer than when
Yeah.
you live together and when you see each other more. Then the honeymoon phase is usually shorter. And when
Mm.
once the honeymoon phase is over, and the realization comes that okay, I have to now. This is my actual girlfriend that I have to spend. This is not like the new thing, and like, he knows
Mm-hmm.
everything, or at least he thinks he knows everything about her. She knows everything about him. So it's comfortable, it's easy, it's nice. But at the same
Yeah.
time, he has to go through this whole thing where he is seeing her for a few days or a week or whatever, and then going back to his normal life, which he thinks is his life. And then he goes on to this 1 week thing where he doesn't feel like what he is.
Okay, I get that. Yes. I think I'm seeing it more from like my personal point of view
Hmm.
because I know that if I would behave as he does, I will probably have something to hide. Like
Yeah.
I'm having another relationship with
Yeah.
another person, and when you're here, I can't do that anymore. And that pisses me off, basically. So, yeah, I get completely what you're saying, but it's just like how I would react, like
Yeah.
how, if I'm
Again, I
doing
don't know.
that,
It could be
why
it
I'm
could
doing
be
it.
that he's not honest with her, and the reason is not
Mhm.
that he needs the space to think about it. It's more that he has someone else or someone else entered his life and he wants to explore
Mhm.
it. As we said before, and breaks can be
Yes.
tricky if you don't really talk about it.
No, but you're also super right. Like you're bringing in like a point of view that I didn't had. So that's nice.
Yeah, honestly, long distance relationships are very, very hard. Maybe we should do an episode
Mhm.
on those because I have a lot of
Yes.
experience in
Yes.
those, and you
Let's
have
do
experience
this.
in those, and
Mhm.
it could be something we talk about because they are super
Mhm.
difficult and super hard to maintain. So I'm not surprised that there are problems in a long distance relationship
Yeah.
because it always has problems. The
But from my side, like when I'm experiencing long distance, as also right now, like for me, the time where I talk to my partner is like the most special time in my day. Like
Yeah,
I'm not saying that I'm surviving just because of that, but it's like it makes my day.
yeah,
And when I'm physically with that person, I'm super okay with being, even if it's like 24/7
yeah,
every day for
yeah.
months.
Of
I'm
course,
wow.
same.
I'm so happy. So I
Yeah, yeah.
can't
My
understand
yeah,
when people are
exactly.
not like
In
this.
my previous relationships that I was in long distance, it was like this. When we weren't together, we were, constantly talking or whatever, having a phone call once a day or whatever,
Mhm.
and then constantly sending messages on messaging apps. And then once we meet, it's like we try to spend as much time as possible together, right? Because
Mhm.
that's the point. You don't want to meet and then not being able, like if you cannot be with the person when you are together, then how does the relationship work? That should be the
Yeah.
baseline. But I think I understand where he's coming from because he got used to the other
Yeah.
baseline, which is I am used to having you here as my girlfriend on the phone. This doesn't work in real life. And in
Yes.
my opinion, that means that relationship is not working well. So there are bigger
Yeah.
problems in the
She
relationship.
actually asked at the end that I didn't read. It was something like, do you think that our relationship can't work in real life and can work just in distance?
It looks like this is from what
Yeah.
she said, it looks like it. Which
Mhm.
is very sad. But some relationships are like that because
Yeah.
there's also types of love. Some people are more avoidant, some people are more anxious, some people are more secure. Maybe she's more
Mhm.
secure and he's more avoidant and he doesn't want,
Mhm.
we don't know exactly the details of this relationship.
Yeah, of course.
What she can do, I think, first of all, is of course talk to him a lot about this, like
Mhm.
very, very clearly define what are the rules of a break, if she wants to go ahead with a break, what are the rules, communications, and when do we come back from the break? And if she doesn't, then it should be the end of the relationship, right? Because he's
Yeah.
asking for space, and if she doesn't think the space makes sense, then it should be the ultimate space, which is ciao.
Yeah, the only thing I don't get in this specific case, it's like, okay, he needs time. I'm sorry, we're talking a lot about this.
Yeah. No worries. It's a
Um,
good thing to talk about.
Yeah, it's a really nice story because, of course, I'm sorry for the person, but
Yep.
it's good for talking about it. So he needs space from the relationship, but
Yep.
he's not okay with the relationship when she's there. So why do you need a break when she's away again? Like, what's the point of it? Like, I would understand it better, like when she's there, you're like, wow, no, I can't do this. I'm gonna buy you a ticket to go back. And
Okay, but think about
I
it
don't
like
know.
this. He's at least very honest, I think.
Mhm.
Or at least not very. I mean, he's honest. He said what he thinks. But think about it like this. He already knows that maybe they will plan their next trip together or the next time they meet. If you know that you cannot stand this person for more than 2 days, do you want them to book a ticket to come see you again in a month or two? No. Because you know that they're wasting their money and you're wasting your money maybe to go see
Yeah,
them.
but
So
you don't need to
the
ask for a
next time you
break.
see them, you tell them, hey, I mean, you have to say this face to face, maybe, I don't know. Hey, I cannot have this thing because no, I think in this case, he did her a favor because he's saving her from having to go see him again and then having to go through this cold period that he lets her go through after 2 days. So he's doing
Okay,
her a
yeah.
favor by not letting her waste her time and going seeing him or him coming to see her when they know that, hey, this is not working.
Yeah,
So the space
could be.
is that he needs to figure something out. That's why he asked for the space, and that something could be either another person or her
Break red
place in
flags.
his life or how they fit together. I don't know what he's asking for or what he needs to figure
Yeah.
out. And that's what she should ask him. Like, what are you missing? And then he needs to figure out some stuff on his own, of course. It's always like that. And some stuff she can clarify for him.
Yeah, also because we don't have many details. Like,
No.
do they travel together and
Yeah.
have always amazing time?
Yeah.
Maybe. Or does he goes to her place and maybe when he's there, it's everything
Exactly.
fine?
Or is she going
It's
to his
more
place
when
and
she
then,
goes there.
yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Okay, so the problem is mostly when she goes to his place.
I mean, from what we heard about the
Yeah.
story, it seems like it. We don't have
Yeah,
the
we don't have
details,
all the
but
details. So maybe his place is
it
not
feels like
ready
that,
for
yeah.
having a woman in there, and then he's just not doesn't know how to act. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be
Or
just
maybe
as
also he
simple as
has his
that.
own friends. Yeah, so
Yeah, maybe
maybe
it's as simple as that.
since they both travel a lot, maybe when
Mhm.
he's back home, he wants to stay with his family and friends, and he can't do that because, or yeah,
But that means this
so many
relationship
maybe.
wouldn't work if she was in the same city as him. Because what do you mean? Then you have to see them
Or
a
maybe
lot
yes, like maybe it
because
will
she has his
work
own place.
better. Yes, or even if they both have the same place, but work, friends, maybe separate. I don't know. Yeah, but why he can't hang out with his friends when
Yeah,
she's there?
exactly.
It doesn't make
Exactly.
sense to me.
Exactly.
Also because she said that he said that she's not controlling or
Or boss.
she doesn't suffocate him. So she actually lets him do whatever he wants to. Like, okay, if you want to hang out with your friends, you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all we can talk about because we don't know much. Sorry to your friend, we can't help so much, but I try to give my opinion. I'm not giving an excuse. Definitely you should talk to him about this and definitely you should figure out why he wants to do this and how you can solve this together.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the answer, then you have the answer.
Yeah. You can still book another trip with that money.
Yeah, exactly. You can still travel to Asia alone and then meet another guy there that actually wants to
Exactly.
spend time with you.
And maybe it will be like the
Yeah.
opposite. She will be like, oh God.
Sorry for your boyfriend. Maybe he will watch this and think we are being jerks to him, but we only heard her side of the story. So if you want to tell us your side of the story, please reach out. There's a
Yes,
link in
reach
the
out
comments.
and we're going to read it in
Yes,
the
exactly. Next
long
time.
distance relationship.
Exactly, exactly. There's a link in the comments.
That would be nice.
Right. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for this story. It was really nice.